On this edition of the Dimp Digital Podcast, Apps is joined by Logan and Hall as they discuss Gamescom 2015.
Do you think our lack of interest or hype was justified?
Absolutely.
Logan gives his views on Windows 10.
I think you're going to sort of see them making them all a bit more interconnecting. So in the same way that your Apple devices connect over sort of your iPad, your Mac, I think you're going to see that more with the Microsoft devices. I'm impressed by it at the moment. I haven't got a bad word to say up.
And Apps breaks down Bloodborne.
If you like a change and you actually like a change, you don't think you like a change, Bloodborne's a good game to get. If you think you like a change, don't get it because you won't like it.
All that and much, much more on the Dimp Digital Podcast.
Hello, welcome to the Dimp Digital Podcast. We're on episode number 38, and this time you've got myself, Apps, Hall, and King of the Crybabies, Logan. How are we doing, gents?
Hello.
Very good.
Excellent. Let's let's not mess around. Let's just get straight into it before we all fall asleep, because it's late tonight whilst we're recording this. Thought it'd be good if we just do a quick recap of Gamescom. That's a bit of a lie, not really a recap, just go through some things that we've picked out that interested us. And I think we'll start with you, Hall, because a couple of weeks ago on episode 37, both me and you admitted that for Gamescom we wasn't really that hyped for it. And looking back on it now, post Gamescom, do you think our lack of interest or hype was justified?
Absolutely. I mean, there's been a few good bits that have come out of it. I mean, I don't know, I haven't spoken to either of you two about it,
no.
But from my point of view, there's Crackdown 3, which had appeared on the which still looks, of mild interest. Quantum Break was another one.
Mm-hmm.
They did a little bit about Halo 5, but not loads. I'm really focusing on the Xbox side of things, to be honest. There wasn't much
to be honest,
else.
I think they had the best things to show, really.
Sony
weren't there. World of Warcraft done their thing. So if you're interested in that, then that's probably big news for the WoW guys. But
yeah, I was surprised to see Halo Wars 2
yes,
get announced.
Did you play Halo Wars?
Yeah, I've got it, completed it.
It's an RTS.
Don't know whether I'm excited about that or not, really.
Seemed really strange to me.
First one was... I didn't think the first one did that well.
Fucking crap.
It wasn't great as a game.
It's hard to do those on a console, though, isn't it?
It's very difficult. It's so much better suited to a mouse and keyboard that any kind of game like that, which you're trying to do with a controller, just doesn't really work very well.
No.
And whilst it was alright, it was quite a good fun, I just kind of thought I'd rather be doing this and playing a Command and Conquer or a Civ or a Age of Empires or something instead. It's a nice novelty to have the Halo characters in there, but
yeah,
I'm just surprised that they announced it, to be honest.
Well, I didn't hear anyone clamouring for a Halo Wars 2, to be honest. It's maybe they're trying to expand out the Halo franchise and not have just the first person shooter. Maybe there'll be other accompanying games that come along in a different genre completely. 'Cause it's a big universe. There's plenty they could do there if they really wanted to.
I wonder whether it's to do with the whole, Windows 10 integrating everything as well.
Yeah.
And whether it's going to be a case of, I think it won't be too long before you can start earning gamer score through your PC.
No, yeah, absolutely.
You can already do that.
Yeah, so I wonder whether it's kind of, they'll do it as an Xbox game, and then they might say, well, we've got Halo Wars on tablet and on phone, which I think would work all right. And they'll say, but it ties in with your gamer tag and everything, so you can still get your achievements.
Yeah, already happens.
So
how does it work currently?
So they don't have an awful lot of games, but you sign in. So with Windows 10, you sign in with your like Hotmail, basically, it all links up. So what you log into your Xbox with,
so your Microsoft account, you log into
your
that.
Microsoft account, you log into that. And with the way it streams through now, I get notifications on my laptop. If I get an achievement, it comes through on the side and says, I've earned such and such achievement as a notification on my laptop.
Right.
But for example, if I go and do Solitaire, like the basic Windows games you've got on there, you've got achievements for Solitaire and stuff.
And they go towards your actual real gamer score.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
There's only like 5G and stuff. You haven't got 1000G Hall before you start going.
That's fucking shit. That is complete. was going to say that is poor though, if that's the case.
Yeah, but
I don't mind it. I don't mind it on a retail game or something. But if they start putting it into like fucking solitaire,
The only
like,
reason you don't like
like
it, Hall, is because you now want to play it and get the 5G.
Well,
that's what it
the
is.
thing.
It's going to drag you into it.
It'll go into like Candy Crush and stuff, and before you know it, it'll be like, oh, pay money and buy achievements.
That'll just completely undo all your hard work that you
just literally just completely nullifies the whole purpose of it, and then I'll be like, right, fuck you.
It's fucking bent anyway, achievements. The gamer score means nothing. It literally means nothing.
Shows who's the best, mate.
Right. Yeah. If you got Pete
I've got the
on
most,
Call of Duty,
I'm the best.
If you got Pete on Call of Duty, Pete is by far probably the best out of all of us, and he's got the worst game score. It's bollocks. It means nothing.
Nah, it means he's the worst.
It means he's good at one particular game.
All it means is you're just nerdy enough to sit there long enough to fucking do the hard achievements and go, oh, look what I did.
Yeah, but you just summed it up there. Hard achievements. That's the better.
If you sit there for long enough, you're going to do it.
No, you're not. Nah. That's not the case at all.
Have you got that laser shot from Titanfall?
Yeah.
Have you?
No, you haven't, have you?
Yeah.
Don't lie. Don't talk shit all your life.
Done it, mate. No. Well, I used to have been fucking about doing bent games. I've done that.
Well done. Proud of you.
No, you
haven't. So.
Absolute lies. So, Logan, going back to Gamescom, and without lying this time, obviously we had 2016 looks like it's going to be another decent year for, well, I say another, it's going to be a decent year for Xbox. Said Hall mentioned Quantum Break. Wow.
Still waiting for a decent Xbox year. I'm still sitting here looking at it going, should have got a PS4.
Wow. Next year you're going to get Scalebound, Crackdown, Quantum Break. It's post Gamescom, but said, is Crackdown still the one you're most looking forward to out of those three? Because they're sort of the 2016 lineup. I'm
just worried about it. It really worries me. Because I played a lot of the original Crackdown, and I fucking loved that game. Like, it was such a good concept. And I loved just the free roam aspect of it. And the sort of, it was almost like free running style as well. It was brilliant. You could just run around the city, and they got everything spot on. And I was waiting for Crackdown 2.
Blew it.
Because they sort of chucked Crackdown out there. It was sort of out of nowhere. I think they chucked it out as a free part on a Halo game or something. And then everyone just got on the bandwagon with it. And it was awesome. And Halo and Crackdown 2 was such a pile of shit. It really was crap. And I'm worried that this is just not going to live up to the hype. I mean, when we were talking about it last, and we were saying, you've got to be online to have all the destructible bit. It just worries me that they're just going to fuck it up.
Yeah, well, that's quite possible with any game. I mean, Crackdown, what they showed at Gamescom showed a fully destructible city almost, but it's only available in online only. But it's the first time I've heard in ages a game referring to this cloud technology. I don't know if you ever remember at the very beginning when they first launched the Xbox One, they was talking about how the cloud technology is going to help them.
I don't like all this cloud stuff.
What's the problem with the clouds? Because it's online.
Yeah.
But you're always connected pretty much these days. You've now got good internet.
Yeah, it's just...
So you can take advantage of this cloud technology. And you must admit, that demo they showed was very impressive.
It did look good.
It just worries me that I don't use the iCloud for Apple. It gives you like 5 gig or something. Well, I've got 64 on my phone. No. There's no need to be utilising that.
There is a difference though between stuff like that, because like with the iCloud, you're uploading like photos and personal bits and pieces, whereas this is more. Well, it's a game, isn't it?
What's the worst thing you're going to put on there? Storing my information. I don't.
What information?
They've already stored every bit of it.
Got it all.
I want to be storing it in my house on my console that I've paid money for. I don't want to be storing it on a rented server somewhere. I just don't. And it's not. I don't like it at the moment. It's yet to win me over.
So you'd rather not have the destructible.
Well, you've got. Well, I'll be honest. It was something I was going to bring up. I was going to say when I played Crackdown 1. I never had this desire for the destructible buildings and whatnot.
Okay.
Right, because part of Crackdown is that you scale these buildings and go about, and you can enter buildings and do missions through different parts. So there was like one mission where you had to get up and infiltrate a place, but you could infiltrate through the top. So you build up your agility to get in through the top.
Sure.
So I don't understand where this destroy everything attitudes come from. I'm a bit confused by it all.
Well, it's just like look how big our dick is. We can do this. Look how impressive this is. how fantastic does this look?
To be fair, they've been doing that in Battlefield for a while.
Not to this scale.
I'm just saying.
Until it happens, you don't know what it's going to be like, do you? Because they did that. The first game they ever did it on really was Red Faction.
Yeah, sure. Red Faction was pretty destructible. It's a good point.
And it's like literally, you could just like, if someone was on the other side of like a 6 foot thick brick wall, you just sit there and blast like 300 bullets into the wall until it eventually just disappeared. Yeah. But they've got to do something, haven't they? Because if they just re-released another Crackdown 1, I think people would be like, what is this shit?
Well, in the same, they are a bit constrained, because with GTA is a similar sort of free roam, except you're on the other side, you're a policeman. But GTA add things in and make it more realistic. Obviously, they haven't really got that with Crackdown.
You're going for more of a superhero vibe, aren't you? With Crackdown, that's what I always felt. You're upgrading your. You can pick up cars by the end of the game once you've powered up. And obviously, you get those agility points, and you can jump as high as some buildings. So it's definitely a different take on the open world. I just hope that if this destructible environment is used in online only, when we play it, like you say, it doesn't ruin the mission structure. Like you said, if it's got to infiltrate something, you can't just go right, blow the fucker up.
Yeah, because I can imagine making my way, trying to get to the top of a building to do something, and some fucking arsehole's down there blowing it up and taking it away from the ground underneath me.
I think that'd be comedy. If there's a guy doing it at the bottom, it would be. But
it's the sort of thing that you would do. There'd be like something right at the top of it that I need to get to, and it's probably really hard, and I'd probably nearly get there, and you probably somehow destroy that building while I'm doing it, and it would collapse underneath me. It would be like that TNT house on Minecraft all over again.
I wish I'd recorded that. That was probably the best thing we've ever done on Minecraft. Going back to Gamescom, I've probably echoed much of what you guys have said. Surprised to see Halo Wars 2. I like the look of Crackdown. I like the look of this destructible environment. It is something new that everyone's been clucking for, asking for new tech and stuff. So providing it's as impressive as what the demo they showed, then I can't see that being anything other than good fun. If the game itself shit, then fair enough. But at least
that is what worries me. It just doesn't seem to really tie in with the philosophy of the game.
Well, it is a bit mad anyway. I mean, you can pick up cars, like I said, so I think they're kind of just extending it a little bit.
Yeah, but if that cunt's there going not Guardian, what is it?
It's still got the same Guardian.
It's not Guardian. He's a fucking arsehole, literally. The guy, he's like, you're killing civilians, stop it.
Well, you're a policeman, you should have someone saying that clearly.
I'd be like, get out my ear roll, I'd throw it away, I'd fucking Bluetooth headset or whatever.
No, mate, you're a policeman, you've got to listen to the law.
Yeah, you'd fucking knock one over in the car and it'd go, oh, you're killing civilians. Look how done it. It's like, oh, stop being such a bitch. If I could destroy this building in 3, he's going to be like, stop it. Criminal damage.
That was mental, that impression. I'm going to have to loop that and put that into a song. That was incredible.
I must be trying to remember back 10 years here to original Crackdown. Fucking bastard he was.
I admit he does get annoying and things like that, but let's stick with Microsoft because they've actually had quite a few bits coming out. As you mentioned earlier about the Windows 10 being rolled out, it's out. Like you can update and you can have this new version of Windows on your PC. You've both carried out the update. I've yet to do it. I've got my copy reserved, or the bollocks they made up with. But Logan, you've had quite a bit of a play around with the streaming tech and whatnot. What do you make of this change from Windows 8 or 7 to Windows 10? I assume from an operating point of view it's better, but do you think it's going to add any value towards Xbox gamers or even PC gamers?
It's hard to tell at the minute. I mean, obviously I've only got a basic sort of HP laptop, so I haven't got a gaming rig or anything set up on it, but I think they've sort of gone back to basics with a lot of it, so a lot of the layout on it now feels a bit more basic on it. They've gone back to the classic start menu. I think what they were doing before with Windows 8 was trying to sort of appeal to the touchscreen market, and it never really kicked off, and so they've gone, right, people don't want that. That fucking, I hated that start menu. It's so shit on Windows 8, and it felt really bloated. It feels a bit more minimalistic, but with the streaming stuff, I've had a go of it, and considering I literally got it on the day it was released, and I tried it out a couple of days later, so it hadn't had a chance to really bed in, and it's really easy. And you can. I was really impressed actually. I thought it was just going to be a streaming service so that you could look at it from another screen. But you can actually play it. So if you plug a controller in, you can play it through your PC, and I think that's actually quite impressive. I mean, I don't know why I was sort of blown away that my console was there, and I had my laptop here with another controller in it. Obviously, it's relatively simple because it's just going through the internet, so it doesn't matter. But I was just sort of like, this is pretty cool. It is that I was playing Forza on it, Forza Horizons. It is noticeable that you've got that tiny bit of lag, though.
Sure, yeah.
So, and it's so frustrating because I think that it's just that tiny bit away from being perfect. And
how does it work? Is it over the net or is it over network?
So it's over if you're on the same router on the same network, then you can do it.
So it's a network, right? Okay.
Yeah. So I couldn't have my Xbox on here come to yours, and I couldn't do it like that. It has to be on the same network, so it goes through the same router. But it is impressive for what they've done so far. And I mean, from my point of view, we've been saying for ages about that game DVR on the fucking Xbox is absolute crap.
Yeah. This is a way around it.
This is essentially a way around it. I mean, it'd be interesting to see what people do with recording so far, because I think it's actually going to be looked at to stream in 1080p.
Sure. Yeah.
So you'll be able to record, in theory, in 1080p. So that the Elgato and stuff that Hall's unfortunately so far invested in may actually be deemed irrelevant if you're recording, obviously, from an Xbox. Yeah. Obviously, for the other consoles, it's different, but it works. It's very easy. You literally just press. You go into. I mean, I don't know if you've got the app for the Xbox on your phone or anything, but you literally just connect, and there's a button that says live stream.
Sure.
And you just press that, and it just connects up. You get a notification on your Xbox saying you're streaming.
Yeah.
And away you go on your laptop. It is very good.
So do you need separate recording software to capture what's going on your laptop, or is there an inbuilt sort of recorder there that you can use?
I haven't seen an inbuilt recorder so far. It just looks like streaming.
Okay, so you're using like the software that we both bought.
Yeah, but I think there is an update coming for the game DVR soon on the Xbox. Yeah. So I don't know whether they're going to parallel release something on Windows 10 as well. I think we're going to see, as Hall mentioned earlier, I think you're going to sort of see them making all a bit more interconnecting. So in the same way that your Apple devices connect over sort of your iPad, your Mac, they're all in. I think you're going to see that more with the Microsoft devices.
More of a crossover.
Yeah, which can only be a good thing. But I'm impressed by it at the moment. I haven't got a bad word to say other than the fact that Windows Defender keeps notifying me every day to scan it. Yeah. And you cannot tell it to auto scan. Yeah. Just do it. Don't bother me. It's the only thing that's annoyed me so far about it.
Well, that's not a bad review then, is it? So we're talking for playing the game through your laptop, probably going to be used in an emergency only, but for streaming and for recording
playing in the garden, mate,
it's great.
I'm still struggling really to see what the actual benefit of it is. I've been thinking about it and I cannot. I mean, the only benefit,
it's restricted
I can think
space
of,
and tellies, isn't it? If you've got one
balcony
telly in the
play.
house, well, that.
Yeah, but
sit on the balcony and play Xbox. Sit in your garden with your laptop and play Xbox.
I could play
awesome.
it, but the
glare, mate, that'll wreck it.
The only thing I can think of, because obviously for a racing game, it's got to be really responsive.
Sure.
I thought I'd try it out on the worst thing, so I need it to be responsive on the racing game, and it worked fine. I could do it, but in the back of my head, I was constantly thinking, there's that tiny millisecond of lag.
Yeah, which is costly.
But I think if you were playing a different type of game, you'd be fine with it. You wouldn't really notice that much.
No, well, one game you definitely wouldn't get away with it is Bloodborne or the Souls game, and I can tell you that for much.
Yeah,
so.
Which I'm eager to find out about later. But I would recommend everyone gives it a go and just sort of it's impressive software, really.
Yeah, I'll upgrade mine soon enough. Hall, have you had any problems or issues since you've updated to Windows 10? Any software or games in particular that have played up since the update, or has it all seamlessly gone over?
Yeah, it's been pretty good on the whole. I mean, it's a much better system than Windows 8. The only issue I've had gaming-wise is, as you well know, that it's Red Alert has seemingly just suddenly decided to stop working.
Is that consumer misuse, though? That is the question.
You've been meddling with the fucking log files, and it's like, can't help it.
You have been doing some shit with those files.
Yeah. Well,
I can't get my aspect ratios. Well, I'm fine.
Well, it works now. It's just the menus are a bit fucked. That's all. But it's fine. I've got it to run in like, I don't know, like fucking whatever it is, 720.
Yeah.
720i or something, which is better than I had, so I'll take it.
Take that. So, no real major problems apart from with a game that's probably about 2 decades old now.
Yeah,
which is to be
15
expected.
years.
And to be fair, it wasn't running perfectly on 7 or 8 because we had to mess around the log files to get mine to work. Mine worked fine actually. You guys had to meddle around.
I had
didn't
to
you?
fuck around, yeah.
Yeah, mine was shit as well.
The video buffering, yeah.
Poor little game. Let's finish off the Microsoft recap with some good news. Well, I'm not saying those other 2 bits were bad news, but Rare Replay is Rare's first UK #1 since the N64 era. Now, do either of you know what game got Rare their last UK #1? Do you want to have a guess?
N64 Perfect Dark.
I was going to say Perfect Dark.
Logan, you can choose another game or you can stick with Perfect Dark and both get half a point each.
I thought it was Perfect Dark, but
So you're going to stick with that?
I'm sticking with that. I could be wrong though.
Both wrong. Blowers.
Yeah,
Banjo-Kazooie.
Was it really?
Which one?
Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie.
What, the very first one?
Yep.
No way.
1998.
Banjo-Tooie didn't get anything then.
Didn't get. Oh, it just didn't reach the UK #1.
What? No, I knew that Banjo-Tooie didn't, but I thought both Perfect Dark and Conker's Bad Fur Day both got to #1.
Yeah, because Perfect Dark was later, wasn't it?
No, I can't remember the timelines.
Yeah. Perfect Dark was way after Banjo-Kazooie.
Fucking hell.
Well, there it is. No points for either of you. Also, another surprising one, which might catch a few people out when I say this, but it's also the first Xbox One exclusive to hit the UK #1.
Oh.
So good news all around for that. A lot of people going, Titanfall, but that's on PC and 360, so no chance. What's even better about this Rare Replay hitting #1 is we've actually for once got someone who's got this game, Mr. Hall.
Yes.
Is this compilation worthy of its #1 spot?
Compilation.
Yeah, I think so. They've done the right thing with it in that they haven't fucked around too much with the games. It's only cost 20 quid for whatever it is, the 30 games, 30 games.
Do you think that's a factor in it going to #1?
I think it's helped, to be honest.
Great price, isn't it, for 30
and
games?
it's 20 quid to download as well. It's not just 20 quid.
Right.
You can go out and get the disc version.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know whether it's a download code actually, but I've seen it in store with a box, so I presume it's got a disc.
No, I think it's a download because I think you have to download the individual games anyway.
No, you only have to download. Basically, there is 5 games that you have to download individually, and all the others are in one big pack.
Oh, okay.
And interestingly, the 5 games that you download individually are Xbox 360 games, and then you're running the Xbox 360 dashboard through your Xbox One. So
that's got the emulator.
So the backwards compatibility is available already. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. So that's pretty much like a soft launch, isn't it, for the Xbox One or Xbox 360 backwards compatibility? I take it that works okay.
Yeah, I haven't had any problems.
Input lag.
Well, no, I've been playing. I've literally just today completed Banjo-Kazooie to 100%.
How many G was that worth?
Only 400.
Ah, shit.
Because it's on the 360 and it's an arcade game on the 360.
Got ya.
And arcade games on the 360 are only worth that. So 400 for that. So there's 400 for each of the 360 games. It seems to run fine. It doesn't really load up. It doesn't load up the dashboard or anything. You just cut all that shit. You get the 360 logo and it goes straight into the game. But you obviously get the 360 achievement bubbles and other bits and pieces.
All that old stuff.
And it tells you when people are coming online on the 360 but not coming on, and then you get a separate notification for people coming online on the Xbox One.
Okay.
So
I bloody hate that anyway. I don't care when people are coming online.
No, I set mine to private most of the time.
Yeah, I'll be doing that.
Don't disturb or busy or whatever that shit is. But no, the games on it are all good. I say they're all good. There's at least 7 that I will try and 100%, and there is another
7.
Yeah. And there's probably there's like all
Cobra Triangle, 100% that.
Well, this is it. There's all like the Cobra Triangle, Battletoads, Jetpack, like all those ones that are like proper old school arcadey 2D, like 8 colours that are fun to play for a short while, and then you go, why the fuck am I playing this when I've got a proper game, like literally 2 clicks of a button away.
Proper game's a bit out of order.
So no, but the thing is, I don't mind playing them as long as I don't have to play them for too long. Like, I don't mind completing them.
It sounds like someone's forced you to buy this. I don't mind doing it for a little while.
No, but you know what I mean. Like, whenever you get like one of those old school reminiscing games that's really, really old, you play it for a bit and you go, yeah, this is quite good fun. Like, this is what games used to be like. But I'm not going to sit there and
not
play.
Not a 4-hour stint. Like
I'm not going to sit there and exactly. I'm not going to play Battletoads for fucking 15 hours in order to try and complete it. Like, that's just not going to happen. If I can't do it in one or two sittings, it ain't going to happen.
No.
I mean, Banjo-Kazooie has taken me 2 sittings to sit down and 100% it.
Yeah.
I don't intend to spend any longer than that on something like Jetpack, for fuck's sakes.
Wow.
But there's still a lot of other good ones. So the 3 Banjo games.
Yeah.
Both Perfect Darks.
Yeah.
Conker's Bad Fur Day, Jet Force Gemini. 2 Viva Pinatas, which I've got to complete.
Oh yeah, I missed those when they came out on the.
Viva Pinata was the easiest hunt 1000G you'll probably ever get in your entire lifetime. Literally just walk around for about half an hour and it just goes, well done, 1000G.
Have you got this because you genuinely want to replay these games? Or have you got this because you know it's easy achievements?
Oh, they're not easy achievements, not by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, there's 5000G up for grabs, admittedly, but I will not get anywhere near all of that. No hope. Because it's just not worth it. I want to play through a lot of the games, and there's some that I'm going to play through, and I know I'm going to get a little way in and go, right, this is actually toilet.
Yeah, there's always a few of those. Logan, is there any interest from your end about purchasing this
Not really.
collection? No?
I would probably be interested in playing the Banjo games, maybe 1 or 2 others, but there's not a lot on there that's overly interesting me. I think it's more from Hall's gaming background rather than mine. I don't feel like I'll be missing out on anything by not playing these. And I don't, for 20 quid, I mean, I've got a backlog to be working through anyway.
The backlog.
The one backlog.
Speaking of this backlog, how far have we got into this backlog? Because I don't think any
The backlog.
Last time I spoke to you, another game got added to the backlog, so I made you buy it.
Yeah, that's sitting there now.
Is that going to get done? Walking Dead Season 1, we're talking about Telltale.
Yeah, that's the next one. So I've got a few achievements I want to get on Forza. I've completed Forza now.
Hang on, you just said achievements are for nerds that have got too much time on their hands. Now you're going to collect achievements in Forza.
It's hard to explain. There's challenges. There's a couple of challenges.
No, you just insulted Hall for doing this.
So I completed the game, but I bought the Porsche expansion. So there's some races I want to do, and there's a few achievements that are easy to get that I can get.
Why you said it's not worth it?
I only get the easy ones. Fuck the hard ones.
Right, you complete the story mode, but there are other challenges you can do in the game, and you get achievements for them. So I want to do them because I've bought it, and it's still racing. So I'll do a couple of them. And then I'll move on to The Walking Dead.
Unbelievable.
See what happens there.
So what else is on the backlog still?
Right, hold on. Let me just.
It's only 2 games.
Right, so
Assassin's Creed's still there. Far Cry 4's still there.
Halo.
I can't believe I haven't done those.
Yeah, the MCC. Far Cry's sitting there. Bloody hell, I can't even see it. I'm a bit concerned the Taken King's coming out in September.
Why's that?
Destiny.
Yeah, I know what it is.
I'm a little concerned by that.
You think you might buy it? Are you tempted? Is that what you're saying?
Of course you will.
No, I'm halfway in between at the minute. I haven't actually switched Destiny on probably for about a month. Maybe even longer than that.
Well, while we're on Destiny, and whilst it's a good transition, I mean, the backlog we can come back to anyway, because it'll still be fucking sitting there, I can guarantee you that. As part of the Taken King, Dinklebot is dead.
The best bit's gone.
Dinklebot is dead.
Fucking love Dinklebot.
Peter Dinklage has been binned as the voice of Ghost. And if you don't know who that is, that's your companion essentially on Destiny. That little ghost bollocks that talks around. Now, Hall, you spent the most time on Destiny. Are you shocked or surprised by this announcement?
No, he got fucking slated for it. He got absolutely destroyed for it when it came out. Yeah. I didn't think he was too bad. He's just what can you do when you're a fucking robot that says the odd occasional word here and there? Most of it's just going.
That wizard come from the moon.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like he had a massive part to play in it, so I feel it's a little, considering like you've got no face. It's purely voice acting as well. Yeah. So you've got no facial, and he's a robot with no face. Like he's a little light essentially.
It's a ball of shit.
It's like a light bulb, but is floating around you.
A flying light bulb.
And that's all he's had to work with, and he got absolutely destroyed for it.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting.
I think you got to look at the director for that, for going, yeah, that's good enough. Accept that.
Fuck it, that'll do.
No, Dinkley, do that better, please.
Well,
what did you make of Dinklebot, Krogan?
I think he'd become part of the game, obviously, but the sort of shitty voice acting that he did do become part of Destiny.
So it's like a charm. It's like a little character.
I never sat there and thought, this is ruining the fucking game for me.
I don't feel like I'm immersed in it because of Dinklebot.
Yeah,
no, the main problem with not being immersed was the fucking lack of story the cunt had.
Yeah.
It didn't matter anyway, because most of the time you just spent fucking ignoring the little prick.
Yeah. Go down here. No.
That's probably why they've done it. They've just gone, well, he's really expensive, so we'll just bin him.
Well, that's a good point, actually, because obviously with the Taken King coming out, there's obviously going to be more lines to be read, and Dinklage is hot property after Game of Thrones. He's, that must be costing him a fortune. Nolan North is going to replace Dinklage.
Is he going to sound like him? That's what. Because for me, it'd be odd to play some of the earlier missions, or I think they might have actually replaced him. The whole lot.
Yeah, so it's a full replacement end to end. So the entire voiceover script has been started again. So if you pick up Destiny for the first time post the Taken King, you're only ever going to hear Nolan North's voice. Now, Nolan North himself he
loves it.
He does love it. He's a very accomplished voice and video game actor. He's Nathan Drake from Uncharted. Desmond Miles
Super
from
Des,
Creed, Penguin in the Arkham series. He's had roles in The Last of Us as well, and also Call of Duty Zombie. So video game wise, he has had an awful lot of experience in tackling these voiceovers. Do you think that was as well as the money, do you think that was ever a factor for Bungie, getting someone in who's got experience in this field? Because a good actor on the screen doesn't necessarily translate to being a great video game voiceover character, because it's a different skill set.
I think it's just a bit odd, really, because most people that are going to get the Taken King are going to have the original versions of Destiny anyway. And if they've got that far, they're obviously not going to be put off by Dinklebot. Yeah. And as I say, I quite enjoyed telling Dinklebot to fuck off. Like, shut up, Dinklebot.
You might not like Nolan North, though. You might tell him to fuck off. You might be enjoying it even better.
What are you going to call him, though?
Yeah.
Nolan Bot.
Northbot.
Northbot. Fuck off, Northbot. No, it's just not the same.
Shit, that, isn't it?
It was a bit like, there was times when I thought it does sound a bit amateurish, but it never really
coming from the peak of professionalism that is the Dimp Digital podcast.
Yeah, but
I don't think we've got any right to mock him, to be fair.
If he's getting paid the sort of money he was probably getting paid for that, you'd probably expect it. I don't really know what they were going for, though. He sounds like a robot version of Peter Dinklage. So as far as I'm concerned, it's mission accomplished. I don't
exactly.
It's just a bit of an odd decision. Like, they must have auditioned him and gone, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's down to
the same. So
all they've done is they've gone, we want a big name.
Who's hot? Not looking.
I'm not being funny. At no point did I go, right, I'm buying Destiny because it's got Peter Dinklage doing the bot.
Somebody might have, though. Someone out there might have gone, oh, Dinklage, I love Dinklage.
Like, it could have been Peter Dinklage or Nolan North. It would have made no difference. So I think it's just a bit odd to, on the third DLC, go, right, binning him. Get someone else in.
It's odd, isn't it?
Pointless.
Maybe he just had too many other commitments. Maybe he binned it.
Mate, it's true. Very true. He might think, why am I doing this shit?
Well, then build the story.
Game of Thrones to
so you lose Dinklebot, and then you get another one.
No, but maybe they went, well, Nolan's here now.
Do the lot. Extra 10, and you went, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I'll do the lot.
Yeah, it just saves us the hassle of programming in.
I don't like that, because, as I say, I'd have put all the hours in and it would have been Dinklebot, and then all of a sudden I've got Nolan piping up.
So I'll give you another reason to play through it, though. Different dialogue, mate.
It's going to be the same bollocks.
Light armor's gone.
Binned it.
Is that true? Was that a lie? Have I misread that? I've heard the light armor upgrade system's getting binned for the Taken King. I don't know what that means, but
I hope it does.
That's what I'm hearing. Anyway, we'll find out more when that starts to drop, which is this autumn. Now, that's enough of
Destiny news.
Destiny, made a comeback, hasn't it? Sony were not at Gamescom, but they managed to, in the last couple of weeks, make a pretty good announcement. They're going to hike the prices of their 1 month and 3 month PlayStation Plus subscription in UK and Europe only. So 1 month goes from $5.49 to $5.99. 3 month goes from $11.99 to $14.99. And I guess since I'm the only one here with one, I'm asking myself the question of what do I actually make of this? And to be honest, it's a piece of nonsense, isn't it? I ignore the fact that most PlayStation 4 owners will probably buy the 12-month subscription, which remains unaffected. So I don't know who's paying the full £40, but you go out there and that's the RRP for it. You can obviously get it cheaper using online codes, whatever, but it just seems completely unnecessary to hike these two, and also a little bit out of order on those that maybe can only afford to buy shorter term subscriptions or maybe want to try it out. I just don't understand the need for this, and especially that it's region specific too. There's been no real solid reason for it apart from money grabbing. Now, I'm going to make the assumption, which is usually wrong, that you boys have my back on this one, that you're behind me.
It's fucking bollocks, isn't it?
Yes.
I hate it. It's something that I really hate, and it's the same with petrol, is when they go, we're going to push that up a penny. Why are you doing that?
At least it goes back down sometimes, though.
Yeah, just
this stays up. This ain't going back down.
What's the monthly difference there? If I
get
50p?
A diesel. Yeah, 50p, and then what's it? £3 for?
Like, just let people have it. Just go, right. We'll let you. They can't have looked at it and gone, well, this is cheap.
Just let people have it.
Well, you're charging them a premium. You don't see Netflix going, right, well, we've got you in now.
Don't give them ideas, Logan.
They absolutely will do. That's literally going to be, without a shadow of a doubt, that'll happen.
Next week, Netflix increased prices by 30%.
Everyone does it. Everyone puts their prices
digital
up.
Podcast.
I mean, subscriptions bother me anyway, because I prefer to buy things than have it and be done with it.
So that's a good point. So I was going to move on. I mean, it's poor.
It'd be £500 for the rest of your life.
How many years does that cover you for online? I mean, let's talk about the whole pay-to-play online business anyway, because it shouldn't be hiking their price. That's poor. Done. Easy. But both Sony and Microsoft implement this either Xbox Live or PlayStation Plus, and
that's starting to annoy me as well.
Bearing in mind that Nintendo don't do this, and if you're on PC, you haven't got this botherance either. Hall, where do you stand on the whole pay for online nonsense? Just to play.
I understand everyone has
that you bought online.
Everyone has
Destiny included.
Or like these companies have costs. They have
costs?
Servers. They have servers. They have people. They have fuck knows whatever that are running that online service for us as consumers.
£40 a year.
Use. Yep. And the next gen consoles haven't probably sold quite as well initially, especially for Xbox. Haven't probably sold quite as well as they were hoping. And I mean, PlayStation have gone from not charging at all to charging 40 a year or whatever it is.
What is that?
Xbox
didn't even cover it up. I just went, yep. We'll have an extra £40 off you 20 million buyers. Thank you.
Xbox have been pretty consistently £40 a year.
Does that make them better? They consistently went 10 years ago. Right, you're paying for this. Deal with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I just mitigate this, right? Because it's just Hall. It annoys me because it used to be you were paying for the online service. So most people still at the 360 generation, for example, bought it for the single player games, and then as multiplayer become more popular, they went, right, we can have the Xbox Live service, but we need to charge you a bit more for it. And
to be fair, at the time, Xbox Live compared to PlayStation Network was miles better. Yeah, and that's what the justification was. I think people were saying, well, it's much better fine. Now.
But now they're going, we got to be online to be able to use it. That's what they were saying. You're like, so you're forcing me not only to pay for
you don't have to be online.
No, but they were saying, weren't they?
They did say that, yeah.
They did say that you had to be online. So not only are they going, well, you've now got to pay.
But then they went, no, you don't have to anymore. Change their minds.
It's bollocks. There is no need now, in this day and age, when everything is online, to be paying a premium for an online service.
Yeah.
So you think, like, you're head of Xbox or PlayStation, you're just going to go, actually, you know, that fucking how many consoles did we say that the two have sold, roughly?
200 in Japan.
20 million for PlayStation, we give or take, and about 10 for Xbox, or over 10 for Xbox,
okay,
13.
So let's say 30 million total.
Yeah.
So 30 million, and probably, let's be serious, probably 75% of them have got online services.
Yep.
Right.
I think it's probably fair to say.
Thank you.
So that's 20 23 odd million, 24 odd million, times that by 40 quid a year.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. No, we will have our extra, like 800 million.
So I guess the question is, do you think that as consumers we've just stupidly accepted this as the norm? And now we can't get out of this. Can't get out of this pit,
isn't it? Yeah,
you can't do anything about it. Well, you can. You can go on PC.
You just got to, like me, just sit here, just having a moan about it, and still paying it every year. But
hoping there's a CD key deal come along for 20 quid and going. That's what I
do. When it comes around for renewal, I'll keep my eye out, and I normally get it for about 23 quid a year.
Yeah.
No, 40 quid.
Still, I bet Hall has it on auto top up every year.
I do. I bet on every year.
God, I hate people like you that do that.
Actually, that said, at least Xbox now, you only have to have one Xbox Live Gold per console.
Mm.
So whereas before on the on the 360, I had to buy it for Sans and for me, and now I only have to get mine, which is an improvement at least.
It is better, but I still don't think we should be paying for this nonsense.
I think as things have moved on, it's become more of a standard requirement to be online. Then they can't go money, please.
Yeah, usually. I mean, to be fair, usually with most games, you can go online with them to update the patches, or if the game is an online game but there's no other players playing, you can still play it single player, but you just can't.
What about games with
interact?
Gold? Games with
this was the last bit.
If they gave me something fucking decent, I wouldn't be so bothered.
Do games with Gold and these PlayStation Plus games offset what we're paying every year? And in my case, two lots of the bastards.
Well, I think when it was on the 360, we actually got some decent games. I'm struggling,
mate.
Yeah, okay, but I don't really look at it. But I'm just thinking transitioning to the one, and with an absence of an actual arcade or anything, I expect them to be sort of promoting some good indie games or
40 quid a year, and you get 4 games a month.
Yeah,
you can't. And apps gets 8 games a month.
I'm paying 80 quid. They're not all good though. That's the trouble. That is the trouble.
But it's just it annoys me they don't get vetted, and they stuck stuff out there like fucking that Pool game that Hall hated, Pool Nation. Yeah, it's just like bearing in mind that Pool game before that I loved that I've forgotten the name of.
Pure Pool,
Pure Pool come out about 2 weeks before it or something, and they've gone, we're putting another Pool game out already. Well, what are you doing that for? Fuck off.
The developers have done that, haven't they? They've both built a game at the same time and then got.
It's such poor timing from Microsoft. Like, who's making these decisions?
Yeah, but I think it's available on other platforms. I think they said, look, here's our game.
But the thing is, you say that, Logan, but we're the only stupid mugs that went out and bought Pure Pool.
Yeah, but it was good.
Well, was it? You couldn't even remember the name of it.
Everyone else went, what's this Pool Nation game that's come out? And it fucking downloaded fucking millions of the bastards.
We're laughing, though, because we got the better one.
Yeah, except I had to pay 8 quid for mine.
Well... What's that? A pint and a half in London? That's
a fucking week of my. That's a week of my Xbox Live subscription, or 2 weeks of my Xbox Live subscription, or whatever. More than that. That's 2 months.
Nearly half of Rare Replay.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's all recycled shit anyway. But anyway, I just think if they're going to be doing that, then be giving me decent games. If they want me to consult, I will do that. I will be a contractor for them and tell them. Don't be doing this or be doing that.
You'll bankrupt the company within months, would be my guess. And
all
so
would I.
Do
is go classic. Like, it doesn't always have to be new games either. I'd quite happily play a classic game that's gone completely out my edge, like Championship Management. Championship Manager 02.
No.
Great game that was.
It was a great game, but it's not going to work on the Xbox One. I don't think. So, all in all. Rubbish is what we're saying.
I think if they actually did some good games, it'd be fine. Like, I've just done, what was it called, Many Me or something? Like, what are you doing? It looks like fucking the Ribena.
Have you played it?
Yeah, it's a bit of a puzzle platformer.
I think if you give half these games a chance, they are usually okay.
But when you look at what the PS4 has got,
they've been lucky.
Have you been lucky, or is it just better? Is it people making better choices?
Don't know.
But the thing is, it's 40 quid a year, and how much would you have paid realistically for Rocket League apps? 10 quid?
If it was It's what's it, $14.99 RRP. Would I have paid that? Yes, but only because I know how good it is now. Would I have paid it without playing it? Probably would have.
Probably not. You would have seen other people, maybe. But the point is, you can justify it. That's probably a £15 game. Yeah. You only need another 2 of them, and you've got 4 coming out every month.
And you're cackling. Well, and you get all the games with gold discounts. All the 10p off.
That annoys me because it's still more expensive online than it is in the shops.
Yeah, but you ain't got to go out to the shop to get it, have you?
It's not a problem for me.
Well, it is for some people.
Well, then they accept the premium.
And that's why they do the sale for them.
Trouble
Same
is,
price.
the retailers kind of decide how much they're going to sell it for, not Microsoft. Whereas Microsoft directly go, we can do a sale on this. We've consulted with the developers. So that's all I will say, is that if you go into game and it's £20, that's game going, we'll lose X amount of money that we was getting when it was £40.
They don't be fucking losing money in that place, I tell you.
Oh no, exactly. They've probably bought them in bulk. So
going with 200 games will give you £7. No.
Yeah, and you go in there a week later, and it's like when I was trying to buy Forza Horizon 2. It was like £32 in CEX. I'm thinking, they're £32. It just seemed extortionate for an old game. Ridiculous.
How old is it? Nearly a year now.
Probably, yeah.
Wow.
And then they probably buy it. If you went in to buy it, they'd go £15. So they're making over 100% markup on it.
Sell it, he means, but I get your point.
Sorry, yeah.
Interesting. Right.
I digress.
Resident Evil Remake announced.
Don't care. Next.
Virtually 0 details. So it's kind of don't care, but I know Hall might have some sort of opinion because
Res 2 was a good one.
Yeah, so it was a good one. Capcom did a great job with the Resi 1 remake back in 2002, but quick prediction, can the Capcom of today be trusted not to make a pig's ear of this is essentially the question.
Unlikely. Capcom are shit.
I was going to say, when was the last time we saw a decent Capcom game?
Street Fighter 5.
Do you think they'll mess up this remake thing? It's not going to come out for 2-3 years, to be fair.
It's difficult to say, isn't it? It's very, very early, isn't it? But
do you trust them? I guess the answer is no.
No, I haven't. But I don't know.
Keep or bin tank controls. You're designing it.
What are they called?
Tank controls. It's an old style of playing the game where you just swivel round on your heels and then go in the direction. You couldn't just point the analog stick in the direction you wanted to go. You had to spin your character and then run. It's very old. Well, you have to look it up, mate. I can't.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, sorry, I was. Yeah.
So, would you keep or bin it?
I'd keep it, personally.
Would you give them the option to not have it, or would you say
maybe have like typical controller settings?
Yeah, classic and modern.
Because that was one of the good things about the Res games, like the quick turns and stuff. I quite like that. So.
Well, it's bloody hard, wasn't it, when you had one scrabbling down your neck and you was like, fucking hell, I need to spin on my heel, and you couldn't get away.
You'd panic, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd be squabbling, and before you know it, you wouldn't be turning, or you wouldn't be doing the...
Oh, so you have to turn to the direction you want to go and then move there.
That's it,
yeah. I know what you mean, yeah. I was struggling in my head.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a difficult way to do things. I mean, I know you're not interested because it's got scrabblers in it.
It's fucking hate scrabblers,
so you're not going to be dealing with it. Bloodborne. Logan, you watched me play around Biffs.
So eager to hear your Bloodborne update.
Wow.
It looks... to be fair, I will say you look like you're a dab hand it. You look like you've grasped it, or at least a bit I saw. You look like you grasped what you were doing.
Yeah.
So to me, you seem like an accomplished Bloodborne player now.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, for the record, Biff hates the game. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, he was like, I'm sick of going through. He goes, I must have been through this bit 70 times.
Well, this is how good you are at the game. Is you've got to do that bit 70 times. But
he didn't like Destiny, and he didn't like doing that over again. So.
Well, no, exactly. But it's different, isn't it? It's just FPS. Done it. I mean, I'm not going to bury Biff now because he's not here to defend him. But
bury that fuck.
No, I'll wait till I talk to him because it'll be funnier. But what did you make of my short demo then? You said I look like a dab hand at it, but I've been through that bit a few times myself. But what did you make? Your short experience of it? I got to Father Gaskell and he put me down.
Yeah. It surprises me because normally when you're going through levels of games, there's sort of you come up against two sort of, I'll call them minions,
and they're or something.
Yeah, they're more of an inconvenience than anything. You often those sort of games you find, they're just an inconvenience to a point, and you
get
collect
away.
Yeah, and you're just collecting items off them to use against the boss, but they are a damn challenge in that game by the looks of it.
Well,
everything can put you down quite happily.
Yeah, you've got to really concentrate. I mean, it is a very, very difficult game, and I've never played the Souls games, but most people say the Souls games are even harder, so I dread to think what they're playing at. But
I've seen a couple of gameplay of the Dark Souls, and it's never really appealed to me because it does look quite difficult. But I can see the similarities in it. It doesn't feel as it doesn't look the same or anything. Obviously, it's just a completely different aesthetic. But
yeah,
it's not the sort of game. I mean, I played a bit of Bloodborne at EGX, and it felt okay. The game mechanics felt good, but it's not the sort of game I could play through. I think it'd piss me off.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame anyone for not liking it. It's just so hard.
It looks like a Marmite game.
If you don't like it, you're a quitter. Is essentially the long and the short of it.
No, yeah, I mean, I don't consider myself a quitter. I consider myself to have a low patience threshold.
Quitter.
Low skill. What Biff was saying is that it's a shit game, which I completely disagree with, because it's not. It's just all it is it's a shock to your system.
You've got to be willing to put the effort in to get used to it and learn it.
And it's a shock to a system that it doesn't wipe your ass like most modern games do. That all them things that most people now are used to, like checkpoint every 5 minutes, regenerating health manually, that's all gone. It strips it away, and the mechanics are spot on, like smooth as shit. Every button you input works perfectly. I don't think I've had one like unfair death where I think, the game's cheating. Literally every time it's either me not being good enough, rushing things, or getting complacent with the smaller enemies, which are still rock hard, and thinking I can wipe this bastard out, and they've got the better of me. And it's just a brutally hard lesson.
It looks like you have to be switched on all the time. Yeah, you
try and play it hungover and it's a disaster. It ain't even worth looking at. But I've struggled to think of anything, not anything ever, but recently that I've played that's as satisfying as making progress in Bloodborne. It's just once you get over this certain stage in it, and once you get past the bit that you've been trying for 3, 4, 5 times, and you finally get through, even the smallest victories just give you that feeling. You're like, fucking.
It looks to me like the sort of raids on Destiny. So that's the only thing I can liken it to, perhaps, is the satisfaction of completing one of those.
Stop trying to get Destiny in.
Well, Destiny news.
The only thing that I would say that is this is you're on your own pretty much.
The thing is with Destiny though, and like the raids on that, with them you can just plough away at them and just go time and time again, and eventually you'll get there. Yeah. Like you will just get there. Whereas with this, like I mean, there was a stage where MacLeod was like, I'm just gonna bin it. I ain't getting anywhere with it. And I said to you, you've just got to. It's the type of game you can't, because it doesn't babysit you. That's why there's so much about it online and things about like tactics and how to fight and how to learn this and how to do that. The community is amazing for it, and you need that, because otherwise you just wouldn't get anywhere with it. And the thing is, it means that as a consequence, because like I say, you could do what Biff's done and just plough through again and again and again and not ever improve or learn anything, and you'll just keep dying, and that's when you get frustrated.
He's got a bit of a basic brain though.
Wow. You've got to be willing to put a bit of effort in and learn about it and practice at it, because it's not the type of thing that you're just going to happen to one time just hit lucky and stumble through.
No, yeah, I mean that's exactly.
That's why it's so satisfying when you get there as well.
Yeah, and I think like there is, like you mentioned, the online communities. There is so much stuff out there that people will support you in like you said, tactics, and there's certain things that the game, as I said, it does not babysit you at all. And some of the stuff you have to do, you think, what the hell am I supposed to do here? And it's the game itself builds in this kind of community atmosphere, because you and other players can leave notes around, cryptic notes, so you can't write whatever you want and say, to kill the boss you use this.
Do this,
yeah. It's got a set number of words you can use, a set number of phrases you can use, and you can construct kind of like a cryptic message that kind of suggests you've got to go this way, you've got to use this tactic, and then you can pick these up and you can place them down in the world as well to help others. If someone picks up your note and finds it useful, they can rate it as fine. And if you're online at the time fighting, that'll actually regen your health, which is a massive help when you're in the middle of a boss fight and you're thinking, Christ, I'm getting my ass kicked.
That's quite cool.
Someone across the world picks up your note, rates it fine, then you get your boost back and you get your health back. And you think,
so it encourages people to
help each other. Yeah,
that's such a brilliant little addition to the game. That is so clever.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And like I said, there are mugs out there that leave horrible notes saying, I'll step forward and you fall to your death, but there's always those types of people out there.
Still like that.
And you can, I've had a little play around with the co-op as well, so you can invite others into your world to help you out of certain sections, so like a boss, for example, and there's no communication, there's no voice chat. They just rock up in your game, and it's like, right, we know what we're doing. We're going to take down this boss. You take it down. They do like a little in-game bow, whatever they want to do. You can do different like little actions,
emotes, yeah,
and then they leave. And it's you have that little bond for those 5 minutes where you're both just focused on getting the job done. You're not pissing around, sitting there on Destiny, like sitting down dancing. It's just like get it done, then get out. And you haven't even got to talk to them. You haven't got to deal with someone's microphone going because they've got the fucking telly
playing
on.
some fucking dirty dubstep in the background or something.
Yeah. It's just not. It's just a great experience, and it's not going to be for everyone. I don't begrudge anyone for giving up or not playing, because I've nearly given up several times, but it's certainly not a shit game. It's just not for everyone's taste. That's all it is. And hopefully I'll finish it one day. I don't have any idea when I will. But
how many hours do you think it's going to take?
Yeah,
if you could estimate now.
Well, I heard before it came out, I heard it was a 40-hour game.
Now I don't know if that's much more than that, isn't it?
I don't know if it's a 40-hour game if you get through it in a reasonable time without dying. So you think about it that way. So it might be 40 hours.
Speed run.
Yeah.
40
I don't know.
Hour speed
I've
run.
probably put at least 15, maybe 20 hours in, and I feel like I'm maybe just over maybe halfway. Maybe I don't know.
Okay.
I'm reluctant to look it up because I don't like knowing when the end's coming. Because then I start pushing forward and rushing shit, and then I'll die more. So I can't. Ridiculous. Anyway, it's enough of Bloodborne. It is a great game. If you like a challenge, if you like a challenge and you actually like a challenge, you don't think you like a challenge, Bloodborne's a good game to get. If you think you like a challenge, don't get it because you won't like it because it's too hard for you. Will it, Biff? Right. Splatoon, Hall. You've been playing quite a bit of this. You sent me a little text saying, I'm getting a little bit addicted to Splatoon. I'm really liking this.
Yeah.
What's going on? You loving it? I've only heard good things about it for people that have played it. I've played a little bit.
I don't know what it is. It's just fucking so addictive.
Is it?
It's just so stupidly addictive. And I just can't help myself, but I'll just sit down and I'll be like, I'll just play like 3 or 4 games. And before you know it, I've played for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
And I've just wasted my life. It's so addictive.
It's not a waste though, is it? It's not a waste because you was loving every second of that.
It is just so addictive. There's nothing particularly clever about it. It's all you're doing is just running around painting the floor. That's essentially it. Just fucking spraying the shit out the floor and then occasionally killing people. It also helps that people that play Nintendo Wii's are either children or shit. So I'm an absolute boss on it, and I absolutely I devastate people, and it brings me massive joy. So
are you playing ranked matches?
I haven't unlocked rank mode. I'm literally just about to unlock rank mode.
Okay.
So I've just been fucking around with like casual games at the minute.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is about it. I can't seem to, once I start playing it, I just can't seem to stop. It's so good. It's so simple, but it handles well.
Yeah.
It just works. It just works well.
It does seem like another well-polished Nintendo title now. One of the drawbacks people were saying at the beginning was that there wasn't a lot of content there. Now, has the new content DLC dropped now, so they've got more maps, so you've got a lot more, and you've got private.
You've got private mode, and you've got all the other bits and pieces, but you don't care essentially.
So if that was not there anyway, would it not matter?
It doesn't matter.
Really?
It does not matter. The thing is, right, when you're playing online, it rotates every day, but there are 2 maps that you will play, and that'll be that for that game type. So like casual games, that's it, 2 maps all day. You'd think that'd get boring very quickly, but it just doesn't for some reason.
No.
Maybe it's because the games are short and sharp, and like you just kind of it's so frantic and so hectic, and there's so much other stuff that you can do in terms of there's so many different weapons that you can unlock and so many different special abilities and stuff that you can use. There's so much other stuff that you can customize. You just don't really notice that you're playing the same 2 maps over and over again.
No. So most games feel very unique, I guess. If I was doing it on any other, normally on a first-person shooter, I'd get so angry at playing the same 2 maps over and over again if they weren't good maps. Sure. And maybe it's just that every map on it is really well designed and really, really good. But I don't seem to get bored of it. There's most games I'll play for a while and then I'll quickly get a bit bored of and I'll put down unless I'm getting right into it. And with this, I just haven't had a single session so far where I've wanted to stop playing. No.
and it's the first game that I've had like that in a long time, long
Really?
time.
What do you think the last game was that was like that?
Well, I mean, it was Destiny for a long time.
Nah, apart from that, take that as read. That is an addiction.
Yeah, that was an addiction for a while. I'm glad that's fucking kicked now.
Well, Taken King coming soon.
I don't think there's anything else Xbox One wise that I've had that with, really.
No.
Nothing else that I've like. It's not so much like I say that I want it, but it's like, you know, when you've got to go out, for example.
Yeah.
And you think I should, or you think
I need to get ready.
I need to get ready. I need to have some lunch. I need to get in the shower. I need to do this.
Nope.
No. I'm just like, oh fuck it, I'll just play through. I just won't shower today. I'll just play Splatoon. I won't have lunch. I'll just play Splatoon.
Yeah.
And it's just it's an unnatural addiction to a stupid children's game. But it is.
They're
good.
experts at though, Nintendo. They are experts at making games that
you just won't put it down. And I'm desperate for more people to get Wii U's with Splatoon so that we can all play like party mode on it.
I'll just wait for the NX backwards compatible and just do that when that comes next year. Thank you.
Yep, job done.
Won't happen, will it? But
no.
No, so Splatoon's got a big thumbs up. I assume
I'll do a review. Before too long, hopefully.
And then we'll
put up on the channel.
Official grading. Yeah. Well, that's it, guys. That's a wrap for this particular episode. Thanks for listening, you guys at home. And obviously, if you want to get in contact, you can do via the usual channels. So you can tweet us at Dimp Digital, Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Dimp Digital. Email us using dimpdigitalmedia@gmail.com. As we mentioned there, make sure you check out the Dimp Digital YouTube channel. Video content going up every week. Not always the best, but at least you can have a laugh of it. I mean, the Super Meat Boy Let's Plays is not. It's just I don't know how I can play Bloodborne, but then like reasonably well and get reasonably far, and then go up to can't do Super Meat Boy for shit. But yeah, there's stuff on there. You can obviously subscribe. Make sure you do, and then you won't miss out on any of our new videos that drop. That's it for now. Game over. It's goodbye from Logan.
See ya.
It's goodbye from Hall.
Ta-da.
And it's goodbye from me, Apps. Thanks for your time, and ta-da. Hello. No post-podcast comedy section this week, just a quick statement from myself. There is cause to celebrate. It's August the 16th as this podcast drops and as I record this, and that means that Dimp Digital is officially 1 year old. The PT ending walkthrough video was published 1 year today, so I just wanted to say a quick thank you to all of you that have listened or watched our content over the last year, and also thank those that have contributed to Dimp Digital. Nothing more for me to say, apart from thanks for your time, and ta-da.
Guardian. Killing civilians, stop it. No, you're killing civilians. Look how I've done it. Stop it. Guardian. Criminal voice.
That was mental, that impression.